Hey, what's up everybody? So today I've got this kind of crazy idea. I'm going to try and make a hose reel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use 16 inches of this pipe right here as my base. Actually, I'll probably extend it a little bit more for the handle, but I'm going to use this as the center, and I'm going to try and use this old bench that I had and drill holes for this to slide through so this can support it. And this is also going to be what's going to hold up the center section of the reel. So my idea is I'm going to have this in the center. I'm going to drill holes through here for 4 sides, and then what I'll do is I'll bridge all 4 of those sides with a tiny piece of 2x4 so it has something to hold on to, and then just kind of use it like a big spoke. In my head, it sounds like a great idea. In reality, I'm not sure if this wood's strong enough to support that. It's kind of a little beat up. It's been sitting outside for a long time. But it'd be really cool if I can get this hose reel, because I have 150 feet of hose outside that I hate leaving on the ground, and every time I hand reel it back up and throw it down somewhere, it just gets super tangled. So I'm hoping that this creative little idea will save me a whole bunch of money, because the hose reel for this is like 150 bucks. This stuff's free minus my time. So I'm hoping this will help save me some time, definitely save me some money, and then maybe I'll learn a little something. So let me remeasure this for 2 feet, because I want my handle sticking out. So thankfully this doesn't need to be super accurate, so I'm just going to rip through this real quick and then start measuring up how big I want this. I think I'm probably going to start with a center section of okay, so my outside boards are going to be 2 feet, which is perfect. So I'll have 2 boards on each side cut at 2 feet, built at an X, and that X is going to be screwed into this so it actually moves with it. And then I'll have 4 more pieces built to have like a little V pattern to support it like this. I think that'll work perfectly. We're going to see what happens. Realistically, like, I don't actually need to cut this. Yeah, I'm just not going to cut it. If it's a little bit long, I can cut it later if I don't like it. It'll actually save me some time if I don't cut it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at the 2 feet, 2 foot sections, and then I'll probably have to get some more wood to bridge across the pieces. I might be able to just use these legs, but we'll go there a different time. So let's see. Actually, first things first, let's break these things apart. Alright. So now I'm going to measure my 24-inch sections. Let's see if this works. I have a saw right here, but it's going to make a big mess if I do this inside. So I'm just going to bring this outside real quick, cut them. I'll cut all 4 of my pieces and then we'll be right back, okay? So let me cut all those and get this started. Alright, so I've got my 4 pieces cut out here. They're all roughly the same size. So now the next thing that I have to do is drill my center holes for all of these. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm going right in the center of these. So 24 inches, so right in the center is 12. I'll mark my line, and then I'll go across that line. So, 2 by 4 is 3 1/4 inch. Or that, what's that? 1/2 inch, 5 inches. We'll call it 1 3/4. And then we'll drill that hole right there, and then we'll use that one as the template for the rest of them. So we'll just get this so it's not going to drill into the ground. I don't think this will be extremely loud, so just get this here, get the drill bit set. So I'm not going to go all the way, I'm just going to come back to this side and drill back through. That way I don't have to deal with getting the little wood chunk out. Maybe I still will. Alright, I know this is going to be boiling hot, so let's see if I can just... Come on. You can do it. There you go. So again, I don't want to touch that because I know that's going to be super hot. And I've got that piece out. So now we're going to use this one as the template for the rest of them. So they're all roughly in the same spot and the same dimensions. So I'll just go down a smidge. Now let's drill through all of these ones. Ooh, that's toasty. I don't want to seize my little bit in here, so I'm just going to cool this down real quick. I'm not sure if that was a smart idea, but we'll see. that one's actually pretty loud. Alright, one more, and then I can start trying to assemble some stuff. So now we've got our 4 little pieces out. Now I can start screwing these together on here. So first thing I'm going to do is get this little guy through here. I have some long screws over here that I can use for the, actually, I have brand new screws. Hold on, let me see if I can access these. It's kind of tough. Oh god, oh god. Alright, shout out again to my buddy Rick for these screws. So I have these brand new screws, well, brand new to me, screws. Come on. That I can use. Ooh, and it's got a bunch of bits. That's cool. I didn't even notice this. Alright, grab myself a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw the 2 boards in together at a roughly 45-degree angle, or sorry, roughly 90 degrees to each other, so I can form a nice little cross. Oh, I guess I can probably do this without being all crazy like this, but this will enable me to run something in between all of these to roll the to roll the hose up together. So I want to make sure that screw doesn't go all the way through the other board and potentially cut the hose when this is all assembled. So I'm just going to put 2 screws in, one on each side, just to make sure that these two stick together. Alright, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is secure the wood to this. So in order to do that, I'm going to use some long hex screws that I have. Should be these ones right here. So these are self-tapping hex screws. And what they'll let me do is go all the way through both pieces. Go all the way through the wood into the steel, and that'll be my little bond right there. Actually, I'm going to keep this on, sorry. So I'm going to try and center the wood on that little red mark as best as I can. That's not, it'll wiggle a little bit, but it's not going nowhere. Promise. Crap. Alright, I guess I'm going all the way through. It is what it is. So I know this thing is extremely hot, so I'm trying not to touch it. Huh, that does not want to go through. That's not cool. it's not going to just fall out, so that's fine. All right. Let me get this other side on here. A little bit. Alright, there's that one. Let's get one more in here. Alright, this is more or less just a in case. I don't actually think it needs 2 screws, but alright. Time to grab another screw. Where did I just put you? Alright, this one should be a lot easier than the other one, I'm hoping. Come on, get out. Come on. Perfect. So that is 2. Both sides of this done. Let me use a different screw. Has to be the long ones. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's do this again. Should be a little bit easier now that I, kind of know what I'm doing. And the fact that the other side is going to hold it up. So I just wanted to make sure that I had enough length of wood here from the legs to do what I'm trying to do. Alright. That should hold it in place. Alright. On to the next thing. So the next thing that I have to do is screw these little wood pieces in. Alright. Let's take this back out. My drill is extremely hot. So I kind of want these to act like a perimeter so that the hose reel or the hose doesn't go outside of this. So I'm thinking probably not going to go super far up these and just kind of screw it in like right there-ish. I don't think it needs a lot. So it just needs to be able to make sure that when you're wrapping it up, it doesn't wrap so tight that you kink your hose. Oh, boy. I wish I had a lot more inexpensive hex head screws, but I don't, so I have to use what I got. Alright, so that's one of those bad boys done. Ow! That was sharp. I have to go like this. I think that's my best bet for not causing this hose to kink. Okay, now I just need 2 more boards that will fit in that space. Let's see what I got floating around outside. I almost just died. That was not pleasant. Whew. I just tripped and fell and almost hurt myself pretty bad. I think I might have messed up with that, but you know, we're just gonna go with it and we're gonna see what happens, because this whole thing's about experimenting, and if you can't experiment, are you really alive? I just gotta pry it apart. Okay. Well, that board's not really usable. This one might be. Oh, actually, that'll probably do. Alright. This bad boy over. That probably won't fit. Okay, that's done. Now I need to build something to hold this up. Let me figure out what I'm going to use for that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got my little 2 cross beams mentioned, so I have this little kickstand down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and attempt to use this and see if it's actually functional, and if I did successfully save myself a little bit of money. I made it. Okay, so these arms are going to need to be extended. It's fine. And it's just kicking itself out. Wonderful. Hold on, let me back this up. Tuck this back in here so it stops unwinding itself. Let's try this again. Ow. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. It's actually working exactly as intended. It's not causing this to kink up anywhere. The only thing that I'm going to have to do is add a brace at the bottom of these to stop this from shifting left and right to hold this thing in place. Yeah, I mean, I also need to get rid of all these nails because they keep catching, but honestly, I'm just going to keep going and seeing if it'll hold the entire hose. Because, you know, worst case, I've at least got my entire hose successfully wound up. So obviously, once I put the finishing touches on this and actually get this stuff to stop shifting around like this, it will work wonderfully. Maybe do some kind of bars in the end to stop it from rolling out as well. I guess technically if I took these screws out, I could probably just pop this in right there. Okay, that's not good. So as you guys can see, it's got a couple problems, very fixable problems for sure. Probably would have helped if I used a better starting piece. But honestly, not bad. Not a bad start for sure. See, look at that. It's freestanding all on its own. Oh god. Y'all don't see that kickstand, but you know, this is my little hose reel. Which I think I just need to obviously get a little bit of support on the bottom down through here, and it should be fine. But yeah, I hope you guys like the little DIY wood reel. Obviously, super cheap done, super cheaply done. There's so many better ways you can do this, but for what I have, the time and the materials, it'll work. So I hope you enjoyed it. Take care until next time. Guys, just a quick update on the hose reel. So I got it together right here. I got this brace on the bottom, and I got this brace on the other side, and I actually got this entire hose reel set up, and it's actually sturdy. It's holding together pretty good. So I just wanted to let you guys know the quick little fix that I did to get that up, and that it can in fact hold the entire hose like I was hoping it would without it kinking. But that's all. Take care.